So hey, welcome to our podcast here with myself, Guy Riaz, and we got Spoon as special guest. Today we're talking about how Spoon is a vlogger, he's a YouTuber, he's a gamer, how he kind of got into this whole world of gaming and YouTubing, and I'm talking about his kind of journey and how he's trying to level up from his current position where he started off about a year and a bit ago, and here myself as a business coach, as a mentor, helping him go through that. So I help businesses, small and medium-sized businesses, kind of level up their game from like making anywhere from small entrepreneurs trying to make their first 100,000, 200,000, 250 to all the way up to big companies that are trying to level up to get their £10 million a year mark. So just a mixture of things. I've been doing this for about probably like the last 20 years, and I've worked with different industries, and I'm kind of the Jedi Knight. I don't know if that looks cool, but you know, hey ho. So Spoon, tell us a little bit about yourself, what's going on, where you are now, where you started from, and just a little bit of background.
Alright, so let me tell you about... Okay, I'm Spoon, obviously. So let me tell you about where I am right now.
Are you Spoon?
Maybe I should use my own... No. Spoon. So where I am
Spoon.
right...
Spoon's cool, man.
Where I am right now is... I currently do YouTube as a hobby on the side, and I make about one video a week. Just make different videos, and I'm currently trying to find my spark or my audience at the moment. I make little videos, but I'm trying to find my audience and spark. And I also do university as well. That's a bit about me. And G, about you, what are you doing currently? I'm gonna call you G for this video. Anyway.
Currently, we're trying to do this. We're trying to do this podcast. No, hey, but you know, we're starting out. You know, I help little businesses like trying to go through these. You know, trying to be social media. You know, that find their voice and so forth. Really, but really, what we want to do today is kind of like. I tell you what, let's start off. Is it great because we were like, why don't we do what we discussed like a few weeks ago? Why don't we just do our little journey where we started out from zero to like, you had like, how many subscribers did you have? You had probably less than a handful of subscribers on your YouTube like over a year ago. And let's talk about the progression there, how I helped you and where we went. So basically what I did is Spoon came to me, or I came to Spoon, and I was like, what do you want to do with your life, right?
Yeah. So... Yeah. You literally came to me to say...
I was like, well, I'm not gonna...
It's fine. So let me talk about my beginning. So how you helped me out. So
Beginnings.
The beginnings. Okay. So at the beginning, I didn't know what I was doing. I just started, like, I had this YouTube channel for about 5 years. Okay, I had some stupid videos, not stupid videos, like just little memories of me, like about 5 to 6 years ago. Okay. But there was nothing serious on it. So, but one day when I was in sixth form, I started making little vlogs. Just started off with vlogs, not gaming videos, vlogs. Okay, so me and my friends used to go out. They didn't like me filming at all. All right, but I used to still take my phone out. Very shaky cams. You can see at the start. I used to take my rubbish front camera phone out. Not very good, and I just used to film. Us going different places. So there's one of me doing a London vlog. There's one of me going to the RAF museum. This is pre Guy Riaz footage on my channel at the moment. So yeah, I was just making videos. I knew how to edit. That was my skill set, kind of right there. I had a rough idea of how to edit because I had, over the 5 years, I used so many different programs and I picked up so many different skills that I just, like, it just flowed for me. The editing. I know where to go everywhere. I knew how to make things funny. That's what I need to do. I knew how to edit and I knew how to make things funny. Those are my skills at the moment, at the start. So, and then you came along.
Funny.
Huh?
I said you better make this funny. No, I'm just joking. I'm just
Okay.
joking. I'm always joking. This, I mean, let's just have a conversation here. So, where did I help you? Where did I go? I mean, what did I do first? I mean, you know.
First we did the goal setting thing, didn't we?
We did the first goal setting.
Let's talk about the goal setting thing. I came down.
He came down, said, "Hey, you know, I've got stuff." So we did a kind of a. This is what I do. First of all, before I start with anyone, any new client or anyone, we do a goal setting class. Just I need to know where you are, what you want to do. We just it kind of gives you clarity and a bit of definition and a bit more purpose to find out the direction you really truly want to go in. You know, are you doing things for money? Are you doing things for your passion? Are you doing things just because someone else told you what it actually... That kind of brings it all out, the whole goal setting thing. So there's going to be a link below as something I'm putting together at the moment is get
goal
anything
setting
you want for free. Goal setting the workshop I'm putting together for just kind of for anyone that comes on and just this is going to be completely free. And I think the reason why when I first did that, I got it introduced by someone and I did it and I sat down and I went, wow, okay, I know what to do. And it helps you focus on what you're doing on that year, and then actually, you know, you put a target there and it really drives you forward. So hopefully those kind of you know, when someone's lost or not sure and they got some passion, it kind of gives you the time and kind of helps you open up your mind a little bit and then focus on what you need. So I remember your YouTube was, when I looked at your YouTube, it was just like a kind of a complete kind of mess. I don't know.
Mess or mishmash.
Hopefully you can put up a mess. What is that mess? It was kind of a mishmash, this, that. And I hope hopefully we can, in your edit, you can put in what it used to look like before. So you had like, I don't know, you had less than 50 subscribers. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
5, there was probably 10 or something subscribers. There's a mishmash. So you had experience in edit, which was, that is probably the number one skill that everyone's going to be using, especially these days. So let's talk for a little bit about your YouTube, what it looked like and what we did, and kind of like how we took it from like kind of a mishmash, few videos, no thumbnails kind of thing, and how we did that.
So before you came in, you knew that I didn't know what the style of my channel was. I had my logo that my friend made. I had my logo that my friend made. The spoon one. It's still the same logo. I just told him to just ask him for a favor, ask him to whip one up for me. Around something that I liked. And I had the logo, but at the start, none of my thumbnails, or not thumbnails, let's just talk about video ideas. I had no idea what to do. I just made 2 vlogs, that's it. I wanted to do gaming, but I didn't know what to do in gaming, so I did a couple experiments. Boom. That's the start of my channel. Experiments. I did gaming with Spoon. I did PE with Spoon, sorry. I copied so many people.
I did see that.
I did PE with, I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. It was so bad. You understand? Like, looking back on it, it was so bad. But you know what? I had to experiment. Didn't I? Because that's the only way, even though it's a failure, I know not to do that now.
No. See, that's what if you go back to some of my videos, when I was about 20, 18 to 20, I was going through, you don't know what you're doing kind of thing. You kind of like know everything, and that's why the goal setting class was so kind of like, oh wow, okay, you know what you need to do. I just kind of put all your ideas, cram them down, and I was like, listen, I was 18 once. I was I didn't know, I had everything to do, and just kind of just said experiment. Don't worry about people. A lot of people do is, if it's not perfect, this is not perfect. We're in our bedrooms. We're in lockdown. You know, it's never going to be perfect. There's nothing.
You lot are not seeing what's on that side of the room right now. You're seeing this nice area behind me, but we work with what we got.
No, that's what it is. That's what it is. Look, the things people want some perfection or something, or they feel like it's just. I think what it is, once you start flowing, start doing it, it's things start moving into place. What normally a lot of people do, I used to do this when I was younger. Think about lots of things I need to do, and try to do those things, and nothing was happening. It was like, it just like a slow, but you just gotta kind of do it and just learn on the way. It's a bit like, you're not sure what's going on, but you just afraid of starting. Just start. That's what I said to him. Just like, that's what I kind of said to him. Don't worry about failing. There's no such thing as failing. Cross out failure, right? Just experiments. I remember telling you that. I just said, don't worry.
You ingrained that in my head.
Making it. Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about that. Just cross out it. Just make it. No, look, I've been through many companies, worked for many corporate, small companies, and I'm telling you, none of them know nothing. They just got a bunch of ideas, and they're trying to execute it. There's no real formula. There's just proven. They say proven. It's just a load of people have done it this way, and it works, and that's what it is. And that's what I found as well. At the end of the day, look, when I wanted to be a millionaire when I was younger. Cars, clothes, whatever. Have that lifestyle, and I found, and I was like, well, how do I get rich? And I realized everyone around me, there was no one really rich. Or really, so I started to go, okay, I need to study these guys. I need to study what wealth is, study what this is. So I started a bunch of books, and I read it. That's kind of like when the penny dropped, when I was like, I just need to learn, soak it up, and experiment, and you find your way. But yeah, so I remember when we needed them, when we got everything kind of neat, we put your made everything into a playlist, didn't we? Like, hey, this is kind of this is kind of that. When then we looked at kind of your channel and kind of like, why don't you do this specific program? So you didn't know what to do. Do you remember we did the reviews, tips, and what else did we do? Yeah,
we did reviews, tips, and we did podcasts. Oh well, I had a podcast at the start. I still have it, but it was just the first thing that I did. Didn't know what to do. Try it out. So this is the next iteration of it. You had a few guests on there, a few gamers on there. They were pretty good. Huh? Yep.
Say again.
This is the next iteration of it, kind of.
Yeah, this is the whole thing. Going through, just kind of, we're just documenting exactly what we've been doing. Like, hey, we put this together. We looked at your stories, your journey. I said, hey, write all these stories out. Basically, I had to build your character up. So how I did it is like, if someone was going to come to you, how to, they just want to identify you straight away. Oh, you do this. So we made that first video, or you put it together. I said, look, do this. Like, said, who the spoon am I? Because we came up with this name, right? I said, let's just use it. And that was our first kind of video on your channel. So if someone comes on there, that's the first thing they see, don't you? And then the next kind of experiment we did was why and what Spoon is all about. So how you came up with the name, and what the whole basically what your channel was about, basically gamers, and what's the new releases, and what kind of you're just trying to experiment. There's those
videos are really good.
I want to make huge money.
Those videos are really good because if anyone asks about what I do, or who I am, or what I do on YouTube, because if they know I do YouTube, they don't know what I do on YouTube, I just direct them to that video, and they instantly are like attracted to who I am, or like connected to who I am, or they are not. Like, it's just so way of determining
basically
who likes me or not.
Building the audience.
Yeah,
that's right. So this story I love, because it just reminds me of an old film that
What's the story?
Was when you first your editing equipment and using your thumbnails equipment. your software. Remember the free software? I mean, there's lots of free software out there, which is all good and dandy. But tell us about the pains you went through.
Alright, pains. Okay, so I had a software called GIMP. This is a thumbnail software, and for editing at the start, I don't know, GIMP. it was something like Acuro or something. I think it was something like that. But it was some free software. I looked on like top 10 free thumbnail softwares. I just downloaded one of them. Alright, I just need something to make something on. I wasn't gonna use Paint. Okay, so and I had a Sony Vegas, a cracked version of Sony Vegas as my editing actual software. So those two softwares were very buggy at the time. All right. So that really.
How long did one video take?
I mean, yeah, it was really buggy. It was really buggy. So I had a lot of crashes and stuff. So it normally took about 1 or 2 weeks to edit one video. That's like a 6 to 10 minute video, right there. And the thumbnail took even longer to do. And yeah, there was minor. I think the thumbnail took a week. Thumbnail took a week because it was just pictures, and I didn't really know what I was doing there. One thumbnail took a week, but I had the thing that slowed everything down was I had to start from scratch again. Even if I did the same playlist, I'd start from scratch again because I couldn't edit it for some reason. The program didn't allow me to quickly make edits and templates for the actual thing.
So you had what? See, this is what it is at the beginning of the journey, isn't it? It's kind of like you did one thumbnail and one video. So you just imagine one thumbnail taking a week to put together, and one video. How long did it take? Did you say another week or two?
The video, editing a video took like a week or two, like a week and a half.
Week and a half. So you almost like you're spending 2 weeks just trying to push out something 6 minutes with just the thumbnail, and then with all the edit. So when I saw that, I was like, the reason why I was laughing at the beginning, I was like, it reminds me of like some, you have to take some time learning and skills, like on some free stuff. You have to do it sometimes. Learn your skill. Once you got good at that though, didn't you?
Yeah, I got really good at it.
The thumbnails and the video, you got really good. Even though it took you a week to just do one, you got really good at it. And then we brought in, I said, look, just use Adobe. Do you remember? I said, okay, so it's a little bit more expensive. And I said, look, it's going to help you. And then how long did a video take?
Video the same length. If I did it now, it could take like a day to do. Alright, I'm very proficient in doing it because the skills are very transferable to like a faster program.
So from a week, it takes you now almost a day. You're saying, yeah?
Yes.
So like you claimed back, and then how long does a thumbnail take? I knew it used to take you a week, right? And now how long does a thumbnail take?
Thumbnail can take less than a day, like literally about 2 hours or an hour.
2 hours or an hour, like just getting their names. And that's just, and it used to take you a week. So that whole thing, just bringing in good software, but you knew your skill. That's what I'm trying to say to people. Some people get these products and get these things. I need all these things, and they don't know how to use it. You kind of got your skill up, on like. Just learning in like the mud or something, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like just learning on really small kind of things, and just like using little tools. And just when you tooled up, you're like, oh man, this makes my life a lot easier, just quicker. That's what one thing that we did. But also what we did, that was just on your channel, making sure it looked good, consistent. What else did we do?
We
really leveled up.
So obviously we had other programs to transfer videos between us and just to check up on us.
We did our communication. That was one of the pivotal things. We did WhatsApp for a while. Do you remember?
We did WhatsApp to transfer thumbnails and stuff, and videos and little videos. But if you want to know what we use right now, we use OneDrive, and we use Trello to track our progress at the moment.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're leveling up again. So, there's the few good softwares out there to help you project manage, which we're going to level up in a few months. And we'll probably do another podcast a little bit further along down the line for that. But this is really like when you first 100. You know, you want to start. You need something. Trailer was good. It's quick and easy just to move, and you know, you got all these ideas you want to put in the head, and hopefully help you put it into order, really. But I guess the Adobe really fast forwarded you into that kind of sped the things up, and then
because everything connected, didn't it? Everything connected, all the programs connected together, which made it so much easier.
And that's when we started to do. That's when we started. That's right. That's when we started to do some of my little videos as well. Just going out there, talking, going on, and doing these little experiments, didn't we? So we started like I knew how to put some content and context together. So basically, that's what we were trying to help you with, like context. Who's your audience? Why is your character? Just like what's valuable for the end user. Look, if it's this podcast may help someone trying to figure. This is what I wanted to help someone. This value. If I'm sitting there with a client or a new person, I don't want to hold back and say, oh, you have to come on this thing. I just rather give it free. This is what you need to do. This is how you level up. This is what you need to do. So it was kind of like that was kind of like the intent for this podcast, for helping someone figure out how to, you know, how do I get the first 100? How do I? Yeah, I remember you telling me the story where you had a few few YouTubers, and they said, how long did they take to get the first 100?
It took about.
People on there.
It was the monk guy, wasn't it? Was it that one?
The monk guy.
The
so, yeah.
Ranton, I think. Yeah. I always watched his videos. I liked his style. But anyway, it said it took him about a year or two to get 100 or 200 subscribers, around that little mark.
How long did it take us, as in Spoon Vision, to get to the first 100?
So okay, let's start. So start of lockdown last year, 2020, around April, March is where we started cracking down on actually making content and making videos. And throughout the summer, there was a boom, boom of videos, because we went from like this to about 70.
We were just creating, weren't we? We were just like, gee.
It was at 70.
Do it.
It was at 70. I remember it was at 70, 78. And then, I don't know, we just got stuck. I got mind blocked or something like that. It just got stuck because I started making content. I started making tip videos. The little Valorant tip videos, a new game that came out. I was getting views, but no one was staying with me, I guess. No one was staying with me because they just watched the tip and just went. And that's why I didn't want. So we have to rethink my plan on how I want people to see me as.
That was where you were getting stuck on. It's like, look, I'm getting views on my tip videos.
Yeah.
And review videos and all those ones, but you didn't enjoy doing them.
No, I didn't.
Like, I remember you saying, I got you to, hey, whatever you said, document it. And I said, look, whatever tip you give, make sure you got a downloadable PDF. Do you remember?
Yeah.
I said, make those PDFs, do that, put it on your site, put it on this. It was kind of a mundane kind
of. It was just a stress fest for me. It was like. It was like it didn't work. I put all my effort in, but it didn't just work. It didn't work.
And we had like
that was the most effort I've ever put into a video. But yeah, I learned a lot from that.
But you were getting those videos. Yeah. See what happened? You learned a lot. You took away from that, like kind of like, I'm not really enjoying this, but it was kind of like, this is what I was trying to say with it. What did you learn from it? What was good about it? Can you take away? Yeah, that's what happens really. You don't know.
I'll tell you what I learned from it.
Do it.
So
what did you learn from
I got feedback from my friends as well. I got feedback from my friends after that. They didn't really like the game. They weren't my audience per se, but I got I gauged what kind of content they liked from me. They preferred my unboxing videos to the tip videos, and I learned that from the analytics and just making more videos. That my unboxing videos with me in them and me connecting with you and talking to the audience rather than me giving you some advice gave me more. It connected me with people, so people would stay with me rather than just take the advice. If that makes, I don't know, like not the advice, like the tip. So they would just stay with me, and I get more subscribers on the little
basically what you're getting
unboxing videos rather than the
from your That's what I was trying to say. You get feedback from your audience. You're letting the I guess what it is, you're letting the market decide. You're saying, I'm doing this, I'm not really enjoying that, but you know, the audience, the engagement for someone watching it for a lot longer was in the unboxing videos, but in the tip videos you get loads of views, but there was no real people were just watching it. So it's kind of interesting to see, but we don't really see how this plays out really at the end of the day. So you're gonna get that. You have to find your feet. You have to do more video. You have to create more stuff. When I say more create, you need to keep doing it, putting more stuff out, keep doing this sort of stuff. Yeah, and I love my videos. I think, you know what, now I'm going to do more and more this kind of vodcasting going on. I love this vodcasting. That's my new thing now. And vodcasting. Going on.
You know what? We just call it vodcasting because I've never heard anyone call it that.
Well, this is a vodcast. I don't know what else is. All right?
Video
everyone, you know, you get these dudes sitting around going, hey man, let's make some. I like podcasting. I think that sounds cool, man. So that's really it. So basically, look, you have to get some sort of, look, at the end of the day, look, with all sales, all these businessmen, they always want, like, I want sales. I've done lots of sales for many years, and it's not the sale that's really important at the. It is, but you've got to grow that audience. You've got to grow that list of people that want to keep coming to you and say, "Hey, I like what you do." You know, that's what a lot of businesses don't understand. You got to create that audience. You got to create that that desire. You know, for someone to go, "Hey, I want to get that. I want to get that." And how you do that is you got to create awareness of what is. Who you're about, what you're about, and connect with that audience. Building brand, basically, at the end of the day. I mean, they help a lot of companies to do that. You know, I'm kind of like the Jedi Knight in the background. You don't really hear me. You don't really see me. Now this is like the first kind of like year I'm really coming out. I wanted to do this last year, but obviously with lockdown. But no more excuses. We're cracking on and we're doing this.
All right, just 1 second. Can you move your camera to the mic side? Just shift your whole PC to the mic side. Don't turn it. Just shift your PC. Like move your PC actually. Don't like like
that. Is that better? Or like this?
No, don't turn your PC. If you turn your PC, this. It looks weird. Because you're a bit to the side right now. You moved a bit to the side. Yeah. Actually, no. Move. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Just stay back a bit. Like that? Just stay back a bit because you're onto one side. Stay. If you see yourself, stay in between your mic and the lights. That's where your head should be.
All right, I got it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I was basically creating that to like So where was I? Line of thought.
You
create that. You gotta create that awareness of like, whoa, what's going on? Who is this guy? And you know, kind of like people don't know who you are. You gotta make that connection. You know, in sales, I know it's about 14 to 15 times from someone don't know who you are. Like you got to create that awareness, like who is that, and then you create that, and it creates some interest. Hey, I'm doing this. This is really interesting. Be and then you create like hey, I've got this. You're like, this is really cool stuff, and it kind of builds that kind of like, oh, I want that, and that's what I've been studying. So basically, what I do is I do more behavioral psychology kind of thing. So I've learned that's what I've been studying for the last 5 to 6 years. Behavioral psychology, humans' behavioral psychology in different things. Because really in sales is knowing a human being. And we didn't want to do sales one. We just wanted to grow your audience. Because I said, like, how old are you? 18, 19?
18.
I was like, hey, man, don't worry about making money at the moment. Just grow your audience. By the time you hit 24, 25... you'll have so many people watching you, who you are. They'll trust you, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
Trust. Brand is trust at the end of the day. No matter what, they want to trust who you are, and that's what it is. I said, just grow it like that, and then see what happens at the end of the day.
That's
That
what
was it.
I
That was
noticed as well.
My wisdom.
I noticed as well.
What's that?
Like when people blow up, you don't really see, like, you think they just did one video one day and just like, yeah, they were amazing. You don't really see the years of iterations. Only when you look into it, you've seen that they've been doing one thing, or like a video for about 6 years before that, or about.
I'll do a little recap of what's going on. Basically, look, it's a base. Here, how to create the first 100 people. Numbers don't make a difference. Yeah, what you got to do is have good basics. Yeah, your character, who you are, and what you're about. Basic. Yeah, you've got to create that awareness of people need to be aware of it, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be kind of you got to kind of sex it up, kind of thing. It can't be dull. If you got it's like, hey, I'm doing about paint dry. It can't be that. It's got to be, hey, I got some red paint that I'm going to be putting stripes on. And it's something. It's gonna crank that sexiness up. That's what a lot of people don't do. And we're afraid of what other people are going to say. So you got to create that awareness. You got to create that interest. Like, oh, that's cool, man. Like, what was your last podcast or video about? What was interesting about it? I remember I was like the last 10 days. I remember I was like, hey, it was the last 10 days. What are you going to do about it? Just kind of like
your Instagram.
People switched on kind of thing. You got to create that desire. You got to create that, what you're doing is cool, man. It's like, I want that. That's what you're creating someone. And then that's what's going to create the action of people. But overall, look, you've got to, I guess what's one of those things, you got to create some sort of interest, value, inside. You got to talk about your character, have your character, who and what you're all about. And then basically a bit about your journey, what brought you to this situation. It's that interest. It's basically, you've seen news. They talk about like what's happened in the history. It's just like recap, headline, kind of be cool. And then so there's got to be some sort of purpose. Why are you doing it? What's the reason for doing it? No, sometimes don't, but it might require that, that kind of interest, have some sort of purpose. I'm just going for a quick list of what we talked about, and basically there's got to be some sort of some cause, like the why you're doing it, the why behind the why you're doing it. Does that make sense? Why and the why behind it. I don't know if that makes any sense. But core questions of what your audience is thinking about behind the head, the dark kind of swans, the dark kind of the thing behind the things. That's what you've got to really understand. Peel back got to peel back the onion. What's deeper inside? That's what I found.
What's called the inner desires or something, right?
Yeah, the inner desire, the thing that's holding you back, the internal stuff, the internal and external stuff. You got to understand what's gonna get your audience thinking about what they're thinking about. That's all I do, and that's all, the whole behavioral psychology kind of thing. That's all I do is make sure your audience, the stuff that the client's trying to.
I gotta sneeze.
Trade, huh?
I gotta sneeze.
You gonna sneeze?
Yeah, I don't wanna.
Oh, I got delivered, so I wonder who that is.
Okay. All right.
So that's basically how it is. And then what we did is put it on a website. That's it. Put it on YouTube and put it on Instagram. We're gonna be going on TikTok. We're gonna be going on LinkedIn. We got those little things. We will shove it out there. Just shove it out there. But there's intent. The intent is like, hey, this is cool. This is what is interesting to me. It might be interesting to you. Right. Give me 1 second.
Okay. So Yep, I have a few questions planned for this podcast as well. So we're going to be going over those after this. And yeah, let's see how he answers it.
Delivery.
Alright.
Sorry, but I had the delivery. So,
Yep.
so I got Alexander. See, this is what the thing. This is the whole thing. Life is happening all the time. It cannot be perfect. Yeah, the waves are gonna hit you all the time. You're a vessel in the ocean, and things are gonna go. Whoa, whoa! The weather's gonna come in. The ocean's gonna go up and that.
The internet's gonna go off.
The internet's gonna go off. You know, delivery. Distractions are happening all the time, and this is what the goal setting class says. Get everything you want. I'm putting together. I'll put the link in. Get whatever you want for free. I don't know what it is, but the workshop that I'm putting together, it's going to be free, so everyone can go on there and just like spend 10 to 15 minutes, and it's going to give you clarity. So basically, waves are hitting you all the time, constantly. You can't stop that. You can't stop the rain. You can't stop the weather. You're in a boat. You got a direction. You got to steer it. No one's going to come to rescue you. No one. That's what I found out. No one's going to help you except for, some...
Yeah, that's what I found out as well. Past year.
Yeah. No one's going to help you. No one's going to come and ring. Hello, I'm here to help you. No one's going to do that. You have to make your own life. You have to make your own decisions. I get this is the kind of value. I know a lot of things... there's a lot of people saying that, but it's true. The reason why we always go back to it, because that's the only thing that's really relevant. Nothing else. Have you got any other questions for me?
Yeah, didn't you? Before we go into the questions, didn't you have a cake story?
I did have a cake story.
We'll tease people on the cake story. We'll talk about that later. Well, There was a cake story, but
there was a cake. We have a big family, basically.
Okay.
It's when I was growing up in London, there was 7 of us living in a 3-bedroom semi-detached house over in London, West London, and there's 7 of us living in the house, 3-bedroom, So and there's a lot of birthdays, obviously. So there's a lot of birthdays every month. I was making a cake the other day, and I was really good at it.
yeah.
Whisking. I was like the flour, getting the base right in this, putting chocolate, doing that, and I realized, when I was younger, there were 7 of us, your mum, dad, brothers and sisters. We always had a birthday each month, so we'll make minimum. We'll make at least 7 cakes. On top of that, we had like a few other cakes here and there. So about a year, every year, I'll make about 10 to 15 cakes, in 1 year. So I just got, you don't realize how good you go, So when you get the ingredients, put it together, mix it, and I was like, wow, this is an amazing cake. You can really make sometimes you don't know you're good at stuff. You just got to keep doing it, and just like compared to other people, you're gonna be really fantastic about it, and you just like, but then you compare yourself to like a baker. I'm no baker. Does that make like a proper professional baker that makes like me? I'm no professional baker, but I'm better than, let's say, I wouldn't say better. I would just say my skill is above average than the norm. More experienced. That's all really. So you can't. You gotta have your confidence about you, and that's what I learned. But that's the cake story, really. There's no real cake story behind that. It's just like I made loads of cakes, and when I made it the other day, it was just like, wow, I made that many cakes.
I make loads of cakes as well. So every different cake design that I make, it's different. Cakes. It's different, isn't it? It's I push myself to the limits.
And that's what it is. You gotta go after.
That's the same analogy with the Vegas program, with everything. You push yourself till you're stressed out, and then you're making progress. Or not stressed out, but you stress your limits.
Stress is good. Stress gives you that pressure, that pressure in your mind. It kind of moves you. It kind of it kind of doesn't make you sit still. You were talking about being stagnant and just staying there. That kind of pressure kind of moves you. The reason why you don't feel good is we're not designed to sit still. Like, why did people want to move around? And like everyone goes, lockdown, can't move anywhere, can't do anything. Like, I want to move, I want to do this.
Yeah.
We're not designed to sit there and lay down. We're designed to move and move fast, move slowly. We're designed to movement. We are.
Okay, let's go into my questions then. My questions.
Yeah, I like the
questions. Let me just bring them up. All right, so bear with me. Rough questions. May get some English wrong. So, questions from me and what my audience I think would like from you. Let me just put this down a bit so it's not shining on my face 24/7. Hopefully that's fine. Okay. Alrighty. So,
you get my
we're just gonna go for a random one. I have my merch, but next podcast maybe. It's probably the washing.
Yeah, we get your merch. We should put some merch down as well.
Yeah, we'll put some merch down in the description if you want to. If you want to, go support us, innit? Alright, so what do you do when you feel? Oh, this is literally what we're talking about. What do you do when you feel like you're doing nothing and you're not progressing and you're stagnant? You just feel like you're putting your effort in, but no one's acknowledging. No one, family, friends, not acknowledging. No one else is acknowledging. You're just there in your own bubble. How do you break out from that? If that makes sense.
I mean, there's compartments to that, but. If you feel stagnant, it's because is it because you're? It all depends. Do you think you put a lot of effort to it and it's not working? It's just, but you need to try. You need to try different things. Yeah. Sometimes, with your family and friends, they're there to support you in different ways. Some family put you down. Some you can't choose your family, as that's such as say, but you can choose the team and the people you hang out with.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really important as well. So you can, I when I go into a company, let's say I'm going to talk about, when you go into a company and I'm like, why do you got this person in your company? Oh, they're like family, and they're like, that's the problem. You got to build a team. You got to build a winning team, or a team that's going to move you forward, not that's going to hold you back. Basically your uncles and your brothers, sisters, we can't choose those people. Does that make sense? They're entitled. That's what they're always going to be there. You just have to choose the friends and the work and the colleagues around. Well, as in like the business or whatever. You can only choose those sort of people that you hang around with. So make sure they're good people. Make sure they're going into a positive direction. That's all I say. But when you feel kind of stagnant, sometimes if you're really pushing really hard, it just when you start with something, like when you start like, so you haven't never played tennis or golf. I've never really played golf before, so if I start, I'm gonna be crap. But I'll get good at it at some point. Yeah, does that make sense? You're gonna do loads of things and you're gonna learn loads of things. You're gonna go, oh, this is great. You're gonna swing a golf, and you're gonna get. There's just gonna be a big learning curve, but at the same time, there's a lot of progression from zero. See what happens when you're up here. There's less progression, because why do you have the World Series and all these like kind of World Cup, this, that? There's a finite. There's a little tiny, there's a millimeter of performance that happens. That's why it separates, and that's the difference. Sometimes a lot of these athletes, especially, and businesses are competing with like probably this much a millimeter, like Formula One team. Formula One team, they're fighting over millimeters, over this much and this, 10th of a second, 100th of a second. That's what they're trying to do, and they all put everything forward, and it feels like they're not going anywhere. The cars are going like on the motorway. For example, all the cars on a motorway, all traveling on, and then you see this one car just zooming past. you are going probably 60 to 70 miles an hour. The other car might be going 140 miles an hour. Like, you know, when you're on there, it just feels like you're stagnant. You're not moving anywhere because everyone else is moving at the same time, or not movement. So it's just you might feel stagnant, but you are moving towards something. So I'd suggest always get some movement, regardless if it's back, forth, left, and right. So just get some movement going. And how you do that also is through physically. Look, I'm moving constantly.
Yeah.
We have to, like, when you're like stagnant, you probably when you say stagnant, what does that feel like? Just like that.
Yeah.
Like you feel your physically you gotta get up, do something, like physically,
do some exercise as well. Go on.
Exercise, yeah.
That motivates me as well. Do some exercise. If you don't do exercise, do exercise. Move your body. It just helps you think, clears your mind as well.
Absolutely, and that's the key things. You got to movement. Movement is really important, no matter where it is, and that's what's gonna kind of get you through a lot of this time. When you feel that, just go physically move. When you physically start moving, that's gonna help you get away from that kind of.
And that's even when you're making videos. Like, you prefer standing up. But I don't know, I prefer saying that. But you get more done when you're moving around with your camera around the place with your Instagram videos, as you can see.
Look, when I started doing sales, I couldn't sit down until I made a sale. So those hardcore, you know that kind of Wolf of Wall Street kind of thing. Yeah, stay. That was it. On my sales floor, I had to stand up and make sales. We just literally weren't allowed to sit down. But I'm now used to it. I like it. Because when you stand there, you feel more confident. I'm on the floor, I'm doing this, I'm a CEO. It just kind of, I kind of like standing up.
Alright, so, it's kind of my next question, or you want to keep on talking? I need to shut my door.
No. Shut the door.
Alright, so this kind of links on to my second question, or do you want to ask me a question as well? Do you want to alternate?
I don't have a question for you.
All right.
I do.
Why do I have a Spider-Man in the background? Well, that's my brother's alarm clock.
Oh, that's cool.
Anyway, I just realised everything's collapsed. Right. Anyway, this links on to my second question. You said that while we were feeling stagnant, you have to surround yourself with people. How do you get about surrounding yourself with people? How do you get the connections? How do you let me say the actual words. How do you network without seeming needy, or without seeming needy or wanting their followers? You just want to network. You want to surround yourself with people who do what you want to do. How do you get around doing that? How do you network? That's the question.
Well, I remember networking. I mean, it all depends really who you're networking with. Really, networking is just about knowing people, and making connections. At that point, you don't. What you're trying to do is like the intent. What am I trying to do? I'm going out. I just want to meet people. So networking, it all depends. You kind of have to have in your mindset: is this person for this? Is this person for making friends? Is this person for business? Is this person for something else? You kind of compartmentize these people. So when I don't really do this now, it's kind of like, because when you're a bit older, you understand. Like when I'm meeting someone up the street and it's just a small 5-minute conversation. Hey, I'm having a 5-minute conversation. How are you doing? That's a network, but I don't use it as like, oh, this person's going to be for business, say, for example, or this one's going to be good for that. So if it's a business person, I don't have an intention. Oh, it's just basically having a Rolodex. I don't know if you know what Rolodex is. It's kind of having like a file of people. That's basically it. Oh, when I call them up for this, but there's, it'd be good for that. It might not be good for that. That's how you got to meet people, and how you meet more interesting people.
You got to talk to people.
Yeah.
Any tips for doing
Look, being
during
needy,
lockdown?
right? What is needy? What's neediness? It's like you want something from. I need. Don't. That's unhealthy anyway. So you don't need anyone for anything really. But if you want help, that's different. You know, I need help on this. You need help from that. So don't think you're like, oh, I want to know what they're doing. Do it. You do what they're doing. Like as in like, yeah, what they're doing. Basically, at the end of the day, why do you need them for? I mean, everyone's going to help you get somewhere. That's true, but you got to give something to them. Like, hey, I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you that. Don't think it, you don't have any malicious intent back or what. Don't want anything back from them. Does that make sense? Just give and say, hey, I'm doing this. You know, hey, you know, might be interesting for you. You know, it would be ridiculous. You just have to negotiate better. That's all it is, really. Instead of being needy. Hey, would be ridiculous to ask you a question about blah blah blah, or would you like to be on my podcast, kind of thing. Hey, would be a ridiculous idea for you to talk about how you got your first 100 or first 1,000 or first 1 million clients and thing. Hey, I got an audience of that. It's not being needy. It's just asking a question. So you know. When you want something and it's like, I need that, and that's a bit unhealthy. What you're gonna come back is like, hey, I think I want to ask them a question. That's different. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Your intent is gonna be more clearer. Say, it's gonna be like, if that person, you want something from that person, it's like, hey, they got an audience, they got things. Everyone's gonna be asking, oh, I want to do that. And so you gotta have to come a bit more different kind of thing. Hey, I got 10,000 followers. So I've got 100 followers. I've got this. I got that. Would you like something like that? That's how you come across to them. Does that make sense? You gotta come with some sort of value rather than the other way around.
That's why you gotta increase your skill set to create that value, right?
Yeah. Look, it comes with experience, basically. At the end of the day. Got any other questions?
All right. Let's have another question. Let's see what the most interesting one here is out of this list. Alright, so this has got to do with networking. How do you add value to yourself? This links onto this one. How do you add value to yourself?
Well, first of all, you gotta love yourself. That's the first thing. You gotta, when I say love yourself, I mean, like, you gotta, like, feel like you're worthy. You're the man. You want to do something. Look, we're all coming to this planet, you know, cold. When I say cold, you know, crying. I don't know what's going on. How you add value is learning. You gotta become a learning machine almost. But the key thing is about, yes, there's learning, but implement some of those good learnings.
Yeah. That's
the key, and not be afraid of making mistakes and forget mistakes. Going, okay, I had an experiment. Go, okay, I did it this way, and kind of. That's how you kind of build yourself up. That's how you add your value. You know what I mean? You got to come to a point where where you got to get good, get somewhere with someone that knows the whatever skill level you have or want, or get to know them without being needy. Obviously, say, hey, I can do something, I want to learn. Learn what look. There's so much books out there. For example, there's so many books and podcasts and so many YouTube channels. You can learn about anything, basically. Go and immerse yourself in that. Go, hey, I want to learn.
You have to have the motivation to actually do it. You have to actually have the motivation to actually do it.
Yeah, and no one's going to rescue you. If you don't do it, no one else is going to do it. Yeah. No one's going to say, hey, this is why pain happens to someone. There's going to be I'm going to do it. It forces you. Pain forces you, humbles you, and at the same time, it forces you to do it. That pain, that stress, you have to do it. And that's why a lot of people have pain over again and again and again and again. So they're not learning from certain things that they've done in the past. You've gotta be okay with being uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable. Look, the other day, how was it was a bit cold. I know it was we're doing this in January, but this podcast, and it was like cold the first week of January. But I went out. It was -0. I had to go out and run. I hadn't run. I had to go out and run 5K. You know what I mean? Cold, uncomfortable, rainy, cold, dark, but I did it anyway. I didn't want to do it, but I did it anyway. That's the one thing I found mostly. I think also I got a question for you. Let me think of a question. Will you ask me? If you've got another question, then I'll ask another.
Let's end on. Just do a question for me, because I feel like you have to go off in a bit, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I've got loads of things.
Still,
to do.
just end on one question. What question do you have for me and my experience?
All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. What do you love about your work? What kind of makes you wanna? I wanted to do this. What kind of flares you up in the morning? Like, I want to do it. You know, I remember being 18, but I'm like, you're 18 now. You're loving it.
It's that I have unlimited potential. I can make whatever I want right now without anyone telling me I have to do something there and only that, and that's your career path. No, that's not in my mentality. I don't have the mentality of, I have to do one thing and that's it. No, I can do anything. You know what? Let me tell you what I did. All right. One night, like 10 o'clock, I was so bored. I was like, nah, I'm gonna draw. I looked on like 10 videos of how to draw on YouTube. Started drawing. Started doing these little sketches.
Yeah.
I wanted to. I don't know. I was feeling bored, but that's a skill I wanted to have. I wanted to upgrade my. I was thinking about upgrading my channel icons. So I was like, yeah, let me learn to draw. Let me do a little drawing. Let me just see what I can make. So, I had an idea of maybe I should do a drawing stream. I have 2 webcams. I can just put that down there, just draw and talk to people, and just do anything, learning skills, doing different things. So that's the one thing I like, doing anything I want. Putting my mind, because I'm making videos. I can make videos about anything.
Yeah, that's what you know. At the end of the day, it's like we've got a big age gap here. For example, you're 18.
Yeah.
I'm like I'm 41. Like say for example, yeah. So there's a big age gap. I remember when I was younger, we all kind of, you have to do this, you have to do that, and you have got the time to figure out. But even now, like some people want to start business, and like they find they put so much pressure on themselves, and they're afraid of making mistakes. And that's the one thing I say: you gotta make loads of errors, and you know that's how you gotta figure a lot of things out. Like for example, if you're like doing something, my life is gonna fall apart. That's the one thing. That doesn't end. Does that make sense? Put the pressure off you and say, hey, what did I learn? Does that make sense? And that's what you're doing as well. Hey, what did I learn? That's cool, man. So I reckon we can do a bit of a recap of what we covered, just so we know. And then what we can do is have a link below for certain things. And then what we do is segment this out as well. So might be. We'll read through this and making sure that it's some sort of value to our audience. Before we end the questions and stuff, I think on both our Instagrams, or your one or my one, or somewhere in the description, our Instagrams will be listed, and we're gonna ask on our stories different questions you would like us to answer on the next podcast that we do. Absolutely. So we can answer your questions. So, yep. So starting
look out business, for that.
Hey. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Yeah, that sounds good. So just recap of what happened. We talked about obviously your intro, my intro, what we're about, behavioral
what we're doing currently,
business currently. Also, we went through how you started out. We just did the basics, basically just cleaning up everything of your channel, making sure it looks right, put stories, and then the biggest thing is just keep making videos, keep making mistakes. And we did some scripts in there. We didn't really talk about those scripts, so we can go really specific details in what people want to hear, how we did that first 100. I think that's what it is. Just get it out there, clean it all up, put out who you are and why you do things, and what you think the audience wants, and then get them engaging with you. That's basically really it. And then that's all we did, really, when you think about it at the end of the day. And that's how you got your first 100
people on YouTube.
And the numbers don't care. Don't keep doing. Just keep making these things. Look, you'll get 1,000. You get 1,000,000. I mean, this. numbers are numbers. If you're enjoying it, like
Yeah.
I said, the process is in this. This is cool.
You have to love the
look what
process.
happened. I mean, you had it's like a wave. Like we were in the middle of it, and I was like, "Oh man," I was like, "You're late." I was like, "What? You're late?" You're like, oh, "I got a college thing. I got to do my work." I was like, "Okay, cool. I've got a 5-year-old son. We're doing homeschooling. Me and my wife are just kind of swapping."
But we found time.
But we found time. We'd done it. You know, your internet went off. Like literally went off. Someone's at the door. We can't. Things happen.
Don't stop because things happen.
Don't stop. Keep go. I don't think my thing is going to be keep going, but you got to keep going and just better yourself every day. Don't worry about things.
Okay.
And relax as well. Enjoy the process. That's what I say.
Take some naps, have some sleep.
Absolutely.
And yeah, do you want to outro the podcast? We have G, we have Guy and Spoon here.
Guy and Spoon here on our podcast here. Go, you say that as well. So hey, Guy and
Hey, this is Guy and Spoon on our podcast here, and we're gonna sign out now.
Over to you, over to me. See you later.
See you later. This has been
All right,
great.
man.
Alright, our links are in the description, so check that out.
Links all in the description. We'll make sure we segment everything out and it will get to you. You'll love it.
Alright.
All right.
Okay.
Take it easy.
Take it easy. Bye.